Hey y'all, today we're going to be putting a super good twist on a skillet blueberry cobbler, old school skillet blueberry cobbler slash blueberry dumplings. We're going to put this thing together. I got to get a fork. I'm getting my butter shredded up with the Gidale so I can cut the butter in. I have to use a butter knife or a fork to get that cold frozen butter out of this thing, but you want to make sure you get it all because you're going to need it. Whole stick of butter. Whole stick of butter, y'all. So let's get this wonderful dish started, y'all. All right, so we got the butter shredded up with the Gidale, y'all. Remember, anything I use in my videos, I'll try to link in the description if you're interested. So make sure you get all of that goodness out. And into the sink we're going to go. You can unattach it from the counter because it's suction cups to the counter. So get rid of that. Set the handle aside. Go to the sink. Clean up your mess, y'all. Clean up your mess. I've got my blueberries washed. Now we're going to have to measure. But I got a whole colander of blueberries. And we're going to measure out in a minute 4 cups of those berries. But right now we are working on our flour mixture. I've got 1 cup all-purpose of flour that we're going to cut all of that butter in. The whole stick. The whole stick we're going to cut in. So let me get all this butter out. Make sure, and that stick was in the freezer. Pull it out. It just cuts better with the Gidale when it's frozen. So get it down in there, and we're going to cut it with the pastry cutter. Now you're just trying to crumble this, you know, cut this in until it crumbles. So just take your time. Get it till it's nice and makes its crumbles. Then we're going to add in about a 1/2 cup of milk slowly to make sure we get the consistency. This is going to be actually for the dumplings. And we're going to get to that in just a minute. So let me get this cut in real quick. All right, so we got it crumbled up pretty good. I don't know how good y'all can see it right there. I'm going to add in just a little dash of, let's say about up to a teaspoon of salt. Don't go overboard with it. And we're just going to get that, hit it a little bit more to get that salt mixture, because I use unsalted butter. Now, if you use salted butter, don't worry about the salt. You know, so just get it to a crumbly look. Takes a little bit of cutting in. You can use a fork. I'm just using the pastry cutter. It smells super good, y'all. Got all kinds of that butter smell. Whew, like really good. Don't leave any man behind. Whew, got to get all that butter. All of it's got to go. All right, so we're gonna throw that in the sink. We don't need our cutter. I will need a spoon. I tell you what, we're gonna use the rubber. We're going to use my rubber spatula. And first, before we start this, because I'm going to come back, what we're going to do, we're going to cook the blueberries down a little bit. So my wife just told me she wants to cook them all and just keep some for us as a topping. I may have to put them in a jar or something. So I don't really know how many cups this is. It's a good bit. It's probably about, it might be 8 cups that I have right here. So we're going to have to add more sugar, more lemon juice, and more vanilla to lemon juice, lime juice. We don't really keep lemons, like real lemons, you know. Put up to a 1/3 of a cup with this. Do at least a quarter. 2, 3, 4, 5. Give them so that's, you know, up to a 1/3 of a cup lemon juice. We're going to give them a little shot of vanilla, a little quick shot. I have been using the fire out of some vanilla, y'all. So give them a good little shot of vanilla. I'm going to have to get some more. Woo! It's going to be super, super good, and we're almost out of sugar. So we're going to take, let's see, this is a 1/3 of a cup. So we're going to do 1, 2, we're going to do 3. So we're going to do 1 cup of sugar, and I got enough to sprinkle on the top of the cobbler. So now we're not even going to add any juice. We're going to go to the stove, bring this up to a boil, turn it to simmer, let it reduce, add in a little, probably a couple of spoons of cornstarch and cold water to thicken it up a little bit. So let me get over to the stove and get this going. Good. All right, so we got them on the stove on high. We're just gonna let them come to a boil. I say boil, I don't know why I said boil. Come to a boil, and we're gonna let them simmer until they start to reduce good. And when they do, we're gonna thicken them right back up with a little cornstarch slurry. So we're gonna let them kind of work. I got some corn on the cob right here, y'all. Ooh. Let them work a little bit, and let's get back over to the dry ingredients, and let's get the pie crust in and ready for the dumplings to go in. All right, I forgot, y'all. I want to do a couple tablespoons of sugar in the dry mix as well. I'm just going to take my whisk, since we're fixing to put the milk in, and I'm going to whisk in that sugar. And if you whisk these crumbles real quick, it'll make them a little smaller anyway, so it's no big deal. But just remember to add in a couple, 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar before you start adding in that milk. Now, it might take more than a half a cup, but we're gonna start with a half a cup because this is not gonna be it's not gonna be a batter. This is gonna be a dough. So we're gonna start with a half a cup, and if I have to get some more, then we absolutely will. And we're gonna start whisking that together. And all you're looking for, you're looking more, there's that clock. You're looking for more of a consistency of a biscuit dough, not a batter, not a pouring batter, but a biscuit dough. I think this is gonna be perfect. So the 1 cup flour, half a cup of milk, I think the dough is gonna be, so this is kind of what you're looking for. It can even be a little bit thicker, kind of like a biscuit dough. And we can set that aside because we're only looking to get spoonfuls of this dough where we're gonna drop it. My blueberries is bubbling over there, so I'm gonna have to go cut that down in a minute. So just get all this dough out. You're through with the whisk. You won't need it. If you wanted to, you could actually whisk in 1 egg. Like, you know, beat 1 egg and whisk it in if you wanted to, but you're not going to need it. It just would give it a different color. All right, so that's our dough. I'm going to get a spoon for where I'm going to spoon it on top of the blueberries. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make, I've got ounces, teaspoons, let's see, about 3½ teaspoons. So 2 to 3 teaspoons of cold water. And I've got my cornstarch that I always make a mess with that I ain't got a spoon long enough to reach. So we just got a regular size spoon. Bloop. We're gonna do about 2, since I can't reach but to the bottom. It'll get them, maybe do 2½. 2 in a piece. Just like that. Wipe up your mess. Oh, that'll be, he says, let me in, let me in. And we're gonna have that ready for the blueberries. The blueberries are simmering right away, y'all. They look beautiful. And we're gonna let them break down a little bit before we put the slurry in, and before I'm first to get ready to put the pie crust in the bottom so we can start filling. All right, we're gonna go ahead and we just have some pre-made pie crust. I'm not making the pie crust for this. This is the cheap brand, the Walmart brand that my wife purchased. That's just the way we roll. So we're just gonna cut this off with some scissors. And these are cold. You wanna keep them kind of cold, y'all. And don't leave these in your refrigerator too long, or you'll be like me and you'll get it out to use it and it'll be all crumbly. So we're just gonna roll it out. Oops. Stick it in the bottom. Because don't worry about it, we're not making a pie now. We're not making a pie, so this is, and I did grease my cast iron skillet. We are cooking this on the Z-grill, on the smoker, y'all. It's gonna be a little different twist. I am gonna bring it up the sides, but we're not gonna worry about if it's even. We just want it to come up the sides. It don't have to be wrinkly or anything like that. We're just giving it a bottom because this is gonna have some doughy and some flaky. That's what we're kind of shooting for. So once the blueberries get ready, we're gonna be pouring that oh so good, almost like a blueberry pie filling in. We're gonna put the drop dumplings in the blueberries, cover with the other pie filling, poke some holes, put some dabs of butter, pats. I had a brain fart. Had some pats of butter on the top, little slices on it, onto the smoker, 275 for probably, we're gonna cook this thing for a couple hours. We're gonna cook it a little slow. So let's get these blueberries done. All right, so as you see the blueberries have cooked down. Didn't take them too long, maybe about 10 minutes I brought them to a boil and I had to cut them down to about 3. But you can see how runny they are. So now we've got our cornstarch slurry that we're gonna pour in. I'm gonna kick the heat up just a little bit, and we're gonna get this to thicken up real quick. And you'll see it, just start stirring it, bring your heat up a little bit, let it start to try to come back to a boil, and then when it cools off, it'll actually even get a little bit thicker. If it doesn't quite get thick enough, make you a little bit more cornstarch, maybe another couple spoons, cold water and cornstarch, and you can see it. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera, but you can see it starting to gel up a little bit. That pouring's not quite as runny. And as soon as this thing comes back to a bubble, it's gonna start to thicken up more. So once it gets thick, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna spoon it in that pie crust. There it comes. Ooh, it smells wonderful. All right, y'all. So now we've got our blueberry pie filling and we're just gonna ladle it in. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now I could have added in a little bit more cornstarch. I could have, but I didn't. So remember, all right, so we have to get our dumplings on. So we're gonna use a good bit of this and then we're gonna be jarring up. So we'll have some for ice cream. We'll be able to keep this extra for ice cream instead of letting, I don't know about y'all, but it's June the 26th today, 2024, and everybody's blueberries are full. Everybody's blueberries. All right, so we're not quite, I'm not gonna fill it over the pie crust, and we got plenty. I might get 2 jars of that out there. So we're gonna just set it back over on the burner. It's not on. And now we're gonna do the dumplings. So I got just a regular size spoon, and you just go ahead and you plop down your dumpling dough in spoonfuls. Just pick, you know, around till we get it all in there. It doesn't matter what it looks like. Just kind of, you want some in the middle, you want some around the edges, and we're gonna use it all. Because now we're gonna have that doughy part. They're just not gonna get brown if they would if you leave the top off. Be more like cooking a blueberry dumpling in a pot, which we've done before, and I like those too. And if you have to move them around, just, you know, wiggle them around and dump them down in there. Because you want to be able to get some of that dumpling, some of that pie crust, all in every bite, you know. So we're just gonna move him around. He might be a big one. He might have got bigger. So we're almost done. Looks like I'm gonna get one more big one here. We're gonna kind of cut him in half. We're gonna put a little bit right here, and we're gonna put a little bit over here. All right. So we got our dumpling dough, and I'm gonna lick my finger. That is the butteriest dough. Little hint of sweetness. Now we're gonna take and wash my hand, cause I gotta do the other pie crust. So hold please. All right, so let's get our other pie crust. Get that open. Whoop. Get it out. Now, if you want to get fancy and make this one a little prettier, then you just go right ahead. Whatever makes your little heart happy. But we just gonna kind of get it. We're gonna make sure we get it rolled out and hopefully don't get it to tear. And we're gonna just try to lay it on top. That's what we're gonna try to do. So I'm just gonna kind of lay it and just let it fall. Now you can kind of you know, go around them edges a little bit, and if you want to actually do that little wrinkle, then you can, if you want to. You don't have to. I forgot how they do it. I thought they did like the little fingers, but maybe I'm wrong. I kind of forgot. So if you want to wrinkle it up where it kind of looks like an old-fashioned pie, I like to keep it closed because I don't really want much coming out except the there is a technique to that, and I just haven't done it in a long time. I'm not like a professional baker or nothing. So don't worry about what it looks like. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about what it looks like too much. You know what I mean? Just get it in there. Oh, don't forget to grease your pan. I'm gonna take, I thought I had my butter knife, but I don't. So I'm gonna just get a small knife, and we're gonna do just like you would like an apple pie or something, and we're gonna give it a couple little holes here, there, go out wider, just like so, maybe one in the middle. Just to let some of that steam out. And I did need this knife. I don't know what happened to my butter knife. So now we're gonna do some pats. Oh, I remember what it was. So take you some pats of butter, lay on the top, little thin pats, just like so. I don't really know how many it's gonna take. That is 6, 7, looks like about 8 or 9 pats of butter is all it's gonna take. Yeah, about 8 or 9 pats of butter. You know, little thin pats. All right, so now we're gonna go to the smoker. 275 on the smoker. I'll let you know how long it cooked once it's finished, but I'm thinking I'm gonna cook it for about 2 hours. All right, I forgot one little step, y'all. Before we go to the smoker, take just a little sugar and drizzle across the whole top of that pie crust. Just give it a little drizzle of sugar on the butter, on the pie crust, all around. Give it that little extra kick on the top, and it'll make it look good as well. So to the smoker we go. All right, we're gonna get it on the Z grill at 275. Like I said, for about 2 hours. You can go up to 300, I think, if you needed to, but we're holding steady at 275, and we're gonna set a timer on my phone when I get inside and make sure that we don't overcook it just till it gets good and brown. All right, y'all, it's been about an hour and 45 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. No, about an hour and 45 minutes that it's been on the Z grill. So let's take a peek at it now. Oh, and it looks, y'all, I think it's gonna be done. It's a nice golden brown color. What do you think? Think it needs to cook a little longer?
A little longer.
All right, we're gonna leave it on and we're gonna let it cook just a little bit longer, y'all. Another 15 minutes or so. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crank it up to 300. We're gonna crank it up to 300 this last 15 minutes or whatever, and let it go ahead and just finish it off. And we're gonna eat that with some vanilla ice cream. So let's get after it. All right, y'all. So it's been about 15 more minutes. Oh, if you want it a little browner, you can always stick it in the, oh my goodness, y'all. Oh. All right, so we're gonna cut it off. We're gonna go ahead and cut it to, I don't have to, it's not like I had any food actually on the burners, so I don't have to let it just kind of burn off any food. We got our little our gloves here. And we're gonna get this thing inside, let it cool a bit, and then we're gonna dig into it with some vanilla ice cream. All right, y'all, so we got it in here. I hope y'all can really see it. Oh, I hope y'all can see it good. It smells good, y'all. So we're gonna actually eat this with a little bit of ice cream. I like my ice cream on top of it. Don't have to have a lot of ice cream, but I do like the ice cream. The pie crust is crunchy, and we're gonna have that doughy in the middle with the dumplings. So we gotta make sure we get a dumpling. I'm gonna make sure I get some of this crust. So we're just gonna go in with a spoon, and we're gonna see what we got. It's still a little warm. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's got that little runniness. It's got the dough on the bottom. It did cook for about 2 hours. All right, so that's all I need right there. We're gonna get just a little bit of Bluebell homemade vanilla. We're gonna put right on the top. Just a couple of scoops. A couple little scoops will do. Whoa, somebody ain't happy back there in the back, y'all. I don't know why, but she ain't happy. So let's see. Oh, she wanted out. That's my granddaughter. She wants a Mimi. You want a bite of stuff?
I'm right here, baby.
All right, so we're gonna take a bite. It is kind of smoking, so I'm gonna get a little bit more ice cream so I don't get burnt. Let me see if I can find me some of that dough. I gotta make sure I got a little bit of that dough, y'all. Where's the dough? Oh, there it is. Oh, you can see them when you get in there. There's the dumpling. Oh my word. That dumpling's so buttery and moist. Wow. I don't know what to call it. Blueberry dumpling pie. We got the blueberries, we got dumplings, and we got pie crust. All on the smoker on the Z Grill. I am not sponsored by Z Grills, but I do love my Z Grill. I will have the link to everything that I had that I used in the description. She wants to play with everything. And so you can check it out below. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give it a try, especially if you use smokers. If you don't, cook it in the oven. Put it in there 350 for 45 minutes or an hour. Check it, hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. And enjoy it. Do this with any kind of berries that you want. Do the same thing. So I hope you enjoyed our videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Share the video with somebody, with friends and family. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Come back and see us. Hit that bell notification so you'll know when I'm posting another video. I'm Craig with the Bickhams, and we hope to see you on the next video. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, y'all.